Continuing with our discussion on classes and objects, we saw how objects or classes can be described by their attributes, okay, and their behavior can be modeled through their actions. Okay, now there are proper terminologies used for each of these. So the attributes are termed as data or instance variables. Instance variable. Okay, so your attributes, they are known as data. That is the data part of it. They are known as your instance variables. And actions, which define what the object can do, these are known as methods. So we have for attributes, we use the term instance variables, and for actions or behavior we use the term methods. So an object consists of instance variable as well as methods. Now you can have a class or an object which does not consist of instance variable, all right, or you may have a class which does not contain methods, but then in that case the utility of such an object would be very, very limited, because if you have a method but you don't have any data on which these methods will work, the object is useless. And similarly, if you have only data but you have no methods which will use this data, then also it is useless. So an object must have both instance variable and the methods, and together both of these are called members. These are called members of that object. So instance variable, sometimes we also use the term data members, and then the methods we also use the term member functions. So if you have already done a course in C++, then you will be able to relate. Okay, so you have data members and member functions. So here in case of Java, these are called instance variables and methods. So object consists of instance variables and methods. Next, let us see how we will define each of these. So let us start with how we will define a class. So a class in Java is defined using the keyword class. The keyword that is used is class, C-L-A-S-S. All right, so we will define a class like this. Class, the keyword class, followed by the class name. We give a name for the class. Then comes the curly braces, begin and end. So whatever you write inside this, okay, it becomes a part of the class. This is contained inside the class. So you'll find that the syntax of Java is very much similar to that of C. So if you are quite comfortable with C, you will not take much time to learn the syntax of Java. And everything that is in Java is in the form of a class. So even if you had not done any object-oriented programming, still you would have to use a class. So just remember, this is how you create the class. Keyword is class followed by the class name, then curly braces, and inside we have the body of the class. So here we have the body of the class. And what do we have in the body of the class? We have the instance variables and we have the methods. These are defined inside the body of the class. So if I want to declare, or if I want to create a class for my circle, I will have to create it like this. Class, let me call the name of the class as circle. Okay, so here and here. So I have created the skeleton for the circle class. Now I have to define the data members. So defining data members and defining methods we will discuss in the next lecture.